Look how cool this shoe is.
That's a very cool shoe, but the discussion that happened before this was about something that I haven't. You haven't told me about this.
My toe?
You lost your toe?
No. No. I learned a really important lesson, and I think this is important. If you have kids at home, put this on speaker for them.
One of them just went to bed. So I'm like, no.
Get her in. Wake your child up from their afternoon nap. No, I was drinking water in the shower because I really like. This is a weird thing, but I really like to eat and drink in the shower. Like having a shower beer, or having like a clementine.
You're saying this in a way that is just like, as you do.
You peel a clementine and it's like the hot water, and then you eat like a cold piece of fruit. There's something happening chemically.
Is this a thing that people do, or is it Sydney? No, this is
no. I don't think so.
So you're aware that you're an insane
eating
person.
Soup in the shower. One time I ate steak in the shower. That was
in magical. The shower, not in the bath. Like, it would have been one thing. It was the bath.
I eat in the bath too, but the shower is like you put the food outside the shower, then you bring it in, you have a little bite, and you put it back outside the shower. This is not the point of the story. The point of the story is,
you're a psycho. I get
it. Hey guys, comment if you think that's weird. Like and subscribe if you think that's weird. I brought a mason jar glass like these. This is like what we drink out of in our house. We always have like these mason jar glasses, and I had filled it with water, and I put it on the tub, and I was showering, and I moved the shower curtain, and it nudged the glass, and the glass fell into the tub, and on impact just shattered, like glass everywhere, and immediately sliced my foot, like so fast. It all happened so fast. And I was like, uh-oh. And you cut your feet, hands, or head, like it bleeds a lot. So, and the water running, it's like the blood is just coming out because it's hot water. And it's just like, so I called to my husband. I was like, uh-oh, Xavier. And he came in, and the bathtub was like covered in blood. And he was like, what the fuck? Then he tried to lift me out of the bath. But I was like, don't do that. That's worse because it's slippery and there's glass everywhere. And I can walk. So I got out of the bath, and my toe was just bleeding a lot. And it was right on the top and like side of my pinky toe. What a weird place. Not on the bottom of my feet, thank God. And it kind of bled too much. And I was like, I think I should go to the doctor because it's my foot. And I can't keep it elevated. And I'm walking on it. So I went, and they were very nice. They made sure there was no glass in it. And they were like, so here's the thing. We can't really suture it because the tops of your feet, the skin is so thin. And it might pull because you walk, and you might just rip your stitches out. So they were like, we're going to glue it. And this is the first time I've ever gotten like the cool surgery glue. So it's like a special glue for skin. They just glued it shut. Like
very astronaut.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a spacesuit and they were protecting me. But the hard thing was, it was such a small cut. Not a big deal. Like, it hurt. It was deep, but it was like not a big deal. But because of where it was on my foot, I couldn't wear shoes because everything pressed against it and would like rub it. So I was wrapping it in like ace bandages. And for like 2 weeks, I can't believe you didn't see me in this time. For 2 weeks, I was wearing like just my Crocs with like double socks on one foot and like an ace bandage. It looked like I had gout, and I was limping around, just like limping. And it was so embarrassing because if someone was like, you broke your foot, you like sprained your ankle, and I was like, no, I cut my pinky toe really bad.
I mean, okay, I know you didn't want to talk about eating in the shower, etc. But
I love talking about eating in the shower. If anybody wants to talk about eating in the shower, message me. I love it.
But also like, bringing a glass, like I feel like that's like bringing glass into like tiled areas.
Yes, and this is what every single person has told me. And Xavier was astonished that I had even done it.
Oh, he didn't know. He didn't know that you're a freak. I love it.
Well, then he was like, why did you do that? And I was like, I always do that. And he was like,
Oh, I
you
love it.
always bring glass into the shower? And I was like, yes.
I love it. And he
So-
married you. And now it's too
married
late.
me.
Now it's too late. I love it.
And now it's too late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he had
I
a
mean,
flash and he was like, what have I done?
There is a clip of you from this season where you say, "Oh my God, you're sick in the head," when you're referring to yourself, and I'm like, I go back to that so many times. Like, holy shit, you're sick in the head.
But you're
But
thinking of me, like you're
Yes.
just always.
I'm like, my beautiful Sydney, my beautiful wife.
I need it on the
You're
soundboard.
So very disturbed.
Oh,
And,
I'm so ill.
I'm so sick.
I'm so sick.
Like
Give me $1 million. It's the only thing that'll make me feel better.
Like you're one of those dogs who, who will like.
What the hell? What?
Sorry.
I'm one of those dogs?
No, I'm thinking of like dogs that have like they're beautiful in every single way, but they have like that one trait that makes you think like, you know, they chase their own, like they try to eat their own left foot or something, and
Yeah.
you're the human version of like.
Thanks. I know
This is so
Australian
mean, I'm-
Shepherd, the most beautiful dogs with the most like insane eyes, where you're like, whoa, you're kind of crazy.
Cool. So okay, but you will heal up.
I'm on the mend.
Your foot will be healed, but your brain will continue to be sick.
My
there
brain
was
will continue to rot.
not a single glue.
No,
can fix
no
that.
glue can fix this, baby.
But that's really like nice that you have new sneakers, and nice
That's what
that
started
you-
this whole conversation.
Yeah.
Got some new sneakers.
And then you showed me, and the fact is that I have been wanting to like re-educate myself, finding a trade job, etc., because things are not going great in Actorville. as
Things
we
are
all know.
going terribly in Actorville, actually.
And so I've been like, what else can I do? And everyone's like, become a nurse. That's always room for, nurse. That story you told me about how you fucked your toe up with a slice of a glass here. I want to physically puke. So I'm
I'm
like,
so sorry.
I'm not good about blood stuff. So it's unfortunate because I would have loved to work with delivering babies. I think
A lot of blood.
a lot of blood. A lot of stuff in
A
general.
lot of other stuff that you don't know is going to come out.
Surprising the amount of things.
Surprising amount of fluid.
Surprising amount of goo.
Goo.
Ugh.
What do they call the goo on the baby?
Oh, isn't
white
that just the white
stuff?
stuff? I don't know if it's called anything except like
Goo.
pussy goo.
You have to stop saying the P word. I feel like we said it a lot.
Oh, last episode, and you.
Yes.
Is that the same as the C word? No.
No, you can say whatever you want. Also, this is your podcast.
But I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
No, I feel fine. I have one, so I'm chilling.
Anyway, where we left off is that you got approached by a reporter, and I love the fact that you knew immediately what it was. Sorry.
I
if
said,
you
what did I
can-
say? Game recognized game.
Yeah.
And remind me of her name. Regina.
Renata. Renata Burns. Swedish daily paper. At the time was probably one of the biggest newspapers of Sweden.
Wow.
But you could do that back then. You could call yourself New York Times because there was only one New York Times. It would be hilarious if she was like, Renata Burns, I'm from the New York Times in Sweden. But she, well dressed, curious look, but she kind of looks like a hawk. And she
Yeah.
acts like a hawk. So, and how did you spell? Like, let's just, as if it's mid-sentence. Eliza Andrews, she writes down. I detect a slight accent, and she refers to your Swedish.
She says, "Oh, I could never hide my roots. I'm from London. I'm an actor. Perhaps you've heard of me."
I don't think so. I usually just cover the big ones.
I recently did a Strasbourg play in Stockholm. Perhaps you've heard of it or seen reviews. I believe we did have one in the Swedish Daily.
Oh, that old has been. Was it good?
No.
Probably that's why I haven't heard of it then. But enough about you. Tell me about Jonas. Are you friends?
What's there to tell? He's a brilliant man. He invited me out here for the ceremony. I'm quite excited. I've been to a few of his ceremonies and discussions. I find the work on his electricity fascinating. I constantly write to him with questions of my own. I'm not scientifically minded, as I was just saying. I'm a thespian, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy it.
Are you an investor then, or a romantic interest, perhaps?
No, just a friend, and a supportive one at that. I wish I could have been an investor, though. To be on the ground of something this remarkable. Could you imagine? You must feel lucky yourself to have been invited.
She doesn't comment on that. She is not invited. Romantic interest, you can see that she's still writing that, highlighting under her.
And I'm here with my work partner, Olaf, and she kind of calls to Olaf just to throw this woman off her scent, confuse her. So Olaf comes over, and she says, "Oh, this is Renata.
Renata Burns. Olaf. But anyway, she dismisses him immediately. So, have you heard anything about the working conditions here?
The working conditions? No, enlighten me. I only just got in.
We had several reports that the working conditions have been very poor and that the local population might have things against. Actually, this is not how a journalist would typically work. They ask questions. They don't start saying
Tell me information.
Exactly. She's like, oh, so you haven't heard anything. Okay. And she writes down, hasn't heard anything. Part of it? Question mark.
What the hell?
Surely you must have an opinion on the huge economic strain this might have on the local population.
Economic strain? No, I only imagined it would help them, being that it would supply energy. Though I haven't looked into this, as I said, I've only just got in. And now Eliza is getting a little prickly with her as she is sort of implicating Eliza in something that Eliza's not even part of.
Would you be able to get me in touch with Jonas? I have been trying to reach him.
In fact, I do believe we are late. We were supposed to sit down for a fika. Olaf, what time is it? Yes. Oh, yes, we are running late. Regina, it was so lovely to meet you. Oh, sorry, Renata. And Eliza will take Olaf's hand and says, I suppose we'll see you at the ceremony then.
I am, in fact, quite hungry myself. After a while, she gives up and walks away.
She's standing outside the window.
Exactly. I would like some coffee, too.
I don't like her.
No, she seems like she might be onto something. But you do remember, as she says, the local population, you like make a mental note of like, oh, right, there's been a lot of controversies surrounding these plants and what they will do to the local environment. Sure, no old ancient beings would have a problem with disrupting entire rivers. The two of you then, now you're in sort of in the middle of the main street. There is an inn, there is a cafe. Olaf, a little bit, he was in the middle of a conversation with Carl discussing, the engineering, and then he just said, what happened?
Nothing. I ran into a reporter.
Oh, yes. There's been a lot written about these projects. A lot of people, many conservatives are very much against what's happening. And there is some truth to, I guess, the cost of progress.
Might I ask, what does the local population think of your work?
Are you talking with Olaf or Carl?
I was talking to Carl.
Oh, I thought you were... Oh, sorry. Did you call upon Carl before and not Olaf?
No. Sorry, I thought we were... I thought you just said Carl. Like we went and met back
Right.
up with Carl.
No, sorry, no. Olaf said what happened because you whisked him away from Carl, and now you're outside.
I thought
of-
Carl. Never mind.
Okay,
Never
okay,
mind.
okay.
Never mind.
No, that's hilarious.
Rewind.
Olaf's just like, I don't know. Like,
I slap him.
Yeah.
No, so Olaf asks, what just happened? Okay, I'll answer.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. That was a reporter. But it seems she's trying to dig up dirt on Jonas, trying to perhaps run a smear campaign of this entire production. I do know that this plant is probably a bit controversial. Do you remember back in Sigtuna, there were the discussions of the water plant and just the madness behind it?
Yes, and then I think Jonas actually he withdrew his work from the Tenforsen, the
Yes.
big one, the big waterfall, and they moved the operation to here. I remember that being
It seems
quite a
perhaps
controversy.
the feelings has followed his work here. Now, from my understanding, I believe this will help people, but perhaps it is destroying the environments around it, though it doesn't look like it, does it? And she kind of looks around. A bridge and...
You would say it completely destroys the entire
Oh.
river
Oh.
in the way like it just flows differently and
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I mean...
in fact it's like unrecognizable.
Ooh.
Sorry, that's the cost of renewable energy.
I think she looks around and she's... the bridge is like... Well, it's the bridge, but then, yeah, she can see that the river has clearly been diverted, like dug up, diverted. And she's like, certainly the flow has changed, but... Oh, God. And she turns to Olaf. Is this bad? What has Jonas done?
Progress doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but with anything comes a cost, of course. We humans, we always strive to create things, to go against our nature. I mean, without progress, we would still live in caves, run around naked. Can you imagine that?
Right. But perhaps we should talk with Jonas. I don't think we're going to get anything out of Carl. He doesn't seem that giving.
And yeah, and you because you would know that the sentiment back in the day, I mean, environmentalism I'm sure existed, and the local population's problem with this might be more so towards them losing like their fishing grounds, and
Yeah.
but there might be very little like, people are starving, so they don't care that much about like, okay, a forest burnt
The
down.
trees.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I need food on my table. But I'm sure. But I think environmentalism started quite early though. Like I'm sure there are people like conservatism was a thing. Wasn't it one of the American presidents a couple of years later, like Theodore Roosevelt?
Roosevelt
Wasn't he-
was... Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to like conserve the he was the one who created national parks, right? So
Yeah.
definitely there were like attitudes that were like maybe we shouldn't, cut everything down and ruin this. And that's been sort of a sentiment, but the strongest sentiment you've at least read about or thought about has been simply like displacing people. People had to move in order to have this power plant, but Sweden is not that prospering at this point in time, so there's not that many people living here anyway, so who cares about a couple of 200 people getting killed?
Well.
I guess unfortunate is probably an unfortunate vibe, at least in Stockholm, but the reporters are obviously out for blood because there's a lot of money involved in all this, and who's gonna be first? Is there going to be a monopoly on the electricity? Is it going to be like a bunch of companies? Like there's a lot of investors. Everyone wants a piece of this cake.
Yeah. I think then Eliza, would want to talk to Jonas, just to see how he is, but then also possibly to give him, I don't know, a heads up. Just be like, oh yeah, like I spoke to that reporter. I know what she's trying to do. How do you feel? Like, she doesn't want to attack him or be like, why are you doing this to the environment?
Right.
And personally, I don't know. She's not affected by the fishing and stuff. Like, she's really far away from these problems.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it would be interesting to see her be like this, like, you're playing a woman who has lived her entire life in a big city. Why would she necessarily have, suddenly like, oh, I'm aching for this carp that will go extinct in this river.
This is hard for Sydney because I'm an environmentalist. Like,
For sure, I get it.
But and it's funny too because Eliza has only been fascinated with Jonas's work. So I think this is true to her character. This plant is amazing. Like, this is incredible. So yeah, I think she'll head in for fika.
Yeah. So you and Olaf will have fika. But for the sake of the game, let's have Jonas, he can join you for a brief moment, so you have a chance to talk to him. Or you can go and actually after you've had coffee with Olaf and discuss the philosophy of everything. Perhaps Olaf is more of an environmentalist than conservative because he's, Christian and wants to, leave the way that God intended. And he's like, every year humans move further and further away from what God intended. Not that I believe in any of that anymore. And then you go and find Jonas, who is still, handing out commands, orders. He's still working on some papers. He needs to be perfect. Oh, Eliza
knocks.
Eliza, how are you? You are a vision for sore eyes.
I'm well, Jonas. I wanted to come and talk with you. I'm sorry, am I interrupting? Do you have a moment?
For you, I have a moment. Of course I have a moment. He does not have a moment, but he pretends he does.
Eliza doesn't even sit. She knows that this will be a quick conversation. She comes closer to Jonas, though.
Olaf is not here. Maybe he's...
No, I think maybe he's still in the sitting room eating cinnamon buns. I just wanted to... Well, I just wanted to check in with you, Jonas. I see you've worked yourself to the bone.
This is... Thank you for your concern, my beautiful Eliza, but how are you doing? He completely ignores your question.
She takes his hand. Life has been interesting as of late. I was so excited to receive your letter. It's a bit of a escape for me, honestly. I've been barricading myself in Egerkrans. This is lovely. I'm happy to be here. But...
So happy you could be here.
And she's just looking at him. And she doesn't even want to, like, bother him. Like, she feels bad. But I ran into a bit of a nosy reporter outside.
Oh.
Renata Burns.
We unfortunately can't ban them. We need media here.
Oh, she has your address, Jonas. She was asking me all about you. Personal information.
Well, we can't... I don't mind her snooping around. I have nothing to hide. But she is like a bee currently. She's surrounding me, just creating this extra annoyance in the back of my mind.
Well, good thing you brought me a little pot of honey.
And he, for a moment, looks at you, looks at your lips, and then his eyes flickers away. Indeed.
I should let you get back to your work.
Eliza, I wanted to say that I really, really appreciate you being here. We'll talk more at the ball tonight after the demonstration. It's just that it needs to work. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen.
Of course. Don't work too hard, Jonas. Everyone is looking forward to it. It will be perfect.
I won't. And he starts coughing in a really concerning way.
And she hands him like a handkerchief.
Sorry. It's dusty in here.
I'll have someone bring you a water.
Thank you, my love.
And I want to roll something. After she leaves. I want to roll. And this is Sydney metagaming a little bit, but like our experience with the neck has not left Eliza's mind. And the idea that nature will fight back. Can I roll sort of a investigation on, is Jonas being attacked, like, spiritually?
Oh, very interesting.
No one else is sick. It doesn't seem like he's working really hard, and that's clear. But, like, has she noticed, and especially after this reporter brings up the locals are upset and, like, nature, and Eliza kind of brushes that stuff off, but now she's getting the back of the neck hair standing up of, like, what if this is not the angry people? What if this is nature and Vassin related?
Yeah. Yeah, let's roll an investigation, see if you... Or maybe observation to see if you sense...
Okay.
Anything specifically with Jonas?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. 3 successes.
You don't sense any interference with Jonas, like nothing supernatural from him. You do, however, recognize that he seems sick, and that cough sounded similar to pneumonia cough. That was a deep, tough bacterial infection.
Oh.
And then, since you rolled very well, you noticed in the power plant, like there were sparks of electricity occasionally emitting. Like you shouldn't be able to see that, and you thought it was just part of the plant. But then you thought about it, wait a second, you're not supposed to be able to see electricity, isn't? I mean, like that's... like it's not like sparks from okay, I'm literally making this up. It's not like flashes. Electricity, I guess, is a flash from the sky can be, I'm assuming that's electricity. It's electroids moving really fast, and sparks from a power plant can be emitted, etc. But I don't think that would probably happen in a power plant unless it was broken. But you remember perhaps seeing somewhere where they were testing out electricity, of like zzz, 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 that kind of stuff. And those sparks, you didn't think about it then, but now you're thinking about it. Why did they move as if they were dancing? And there's this humming from the power plant, this constant humming from the water. And for a second you hear, it's almost like a melody. Like a beautiful melody. It goes in and out, the humming. It's a beautiful melody. And you're not quite sure what all that means. But there's definitely something going on. But Jonas does not seem like he's under the influence of some sort of Vassin.
Okay. I was so focused on Jonas. I didn't even realize the electricity dancing. Obviously, that's so apparent. I think she lets Jonas get back to work. She goes back to Fika with Olaf. And she's like, Olaf, can I talk to you in private?
Of course. And you're already kind of in private. Well, in very private, I assume, then.
Okay. Yeah, she moves to their room or something, just so, like, no scientists walk in or, like, anybody else. She moves to where they're staying, closes the door. Olaf, I think something is going on.
With Jonas?
No, perhaps. I had sort of a tingle when I was outside, and I heard singing, humming, I'm not sure. I heard a melody in the distance, and I saw something that appeared to be sort of a spectral, physical, electric, I don't even know what I'm saying, figment. There we are, figment, dancing near the plant. And I don't know, perhaps it's my mind connecting dots that don't exist, but in Sigtuna, the wave, the flood, the dreams, this was all nature fighting back against what was to come. And we failed, Olaf. I don't want to fail anyone. I don't want to fail Jonas.
Well, I recognize that look. You have a bad feeling about this demonstration, I'm assuming.
And I'm going to need your help to do a little exploratory walkabout.
Of course. Of course. I haven't heard what you've heard, and he seems sincere. Olaf has not heard any of it. So the humming seems to be, for some reason, Elias is the only one who can hear it between the two of them.
Okay.
Well, but I will listen for it, of course.
Perhaps if we get closer, if we're able to make our way over there, I don't know, perhaps
we can do a walk around. I mean, the lake, there's a beautiful path through the forest around the lake. Perhaps we'll find traces of something. I remember Francisco, something that's been lingering with me. He told us that story that he was in the north, and he also encountered some sort of river and these ritualistic stone circle, and I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Yes, I do remember. I wasn't even thinking. Oh gods, I should write to Francisco as well. All right, I'll set up a telegraph or a letter. I don't know if they have a telegraph station here, honestly.
Right. They do. I saw one. That's how they were going to communicate with the other site.
Oh, fantastic. I'll send a telegraph to Francisco just to let him know, and perhaps if he could receive it in time, give us some answers. But in the meantime, if you hear anything, come and find me.
Of course. I feel like we're part of something bigger than us, and it all started once I met you. Once I met you, it's as if something started. Is that making sense? But yes. I will go and find. I'm gonna go and explore. I'm gonna go and see what I can find. And you be careful, all right?
Yes, I will. And you be careful.
Yes. And he is moving towards. He's gonna move towards talking a little bit more with the workers. Okay. And try to figure out what he can uncover about the area. You can send something to Francisco. There's also a telephone, and an operator wants
a telephone. That's insane.
No, it existed back then. I looked this. Yeah, but it's a telephone there. But I don't think Francisco
the telephone. No, we're just gonna do the scene anyway. She uses the telephone. Patch me through to wait. First, the operator answers.
Operator, how can I help you?
Patch me through to Francisco. Oh, bloody hell, what is his last name? And she looks in her little address book.
Alarcon. Alarcon.
Francisco Alarcon.
Francisco Alarcon. He's not available. He does not have a phone. He's...
Damn it.
I would know this, my random operator. I only have 6 numbers. The king and the royal...
And he's not on my list.
And he's not on my list. Sorry, this line is specifically being used to transfer information between Hellsjön and the area we're transmitting electricity towards.
Well, then patch me through to Spain, goddammit.
Spain? Are you
She
a
hangs
mad
up.
woman? It's like the first prank call of the 19th century.
She giggles knowing that Francisco would not have a phone. She giggles. And she'll send a telegraph that just says, near Helwyn Lake in Dollarna. What can she say?
What do you know about
possible Vassin singing at lake, nature destroyed, electric figment dancing, any help, Eliza. And send.
Amazing.
And then she'll go back to hopefully meet with Olaf in near that building.
Right. You can't find Olaf, unfortunately, right now. So he said that he was going to go for a walk around the area, so you might be able to find him there. Okay.
Yeah, she'll walk around. She'll just walk around, kind of keeping her eyes peeled. Does she see anybody out, or is like?
It's in the middle of the day, so it's quite bright outside. It doesn't seem like scary. Other people are out and about, moving around. It's like a busy area, okay. but the path leads towards kind of a beautiful walk along the lake, and this lake is sort of separate from the river that flows next to it. It's like a sort of an inlet. Is that what it's called? An inlet lake? Sure. It's completely frozen over. You know, if you had skates, you would be able to skate on it.
Cool.
And as you're walking on this path, you hear that humming again, but it's less of a machine and more beautiful. Almost as if it's less of a like it's less of an engine humming and turning more and more into the sing-songy elven like melody, and you can sense that it's coming from the lake.
Can I go closer?
Yes, you can. It's just clear, dark ice beneath. Last time you stood next to a lake, a lot of bad things happened.
Yeah.
This was, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
There's this... So what do you think goes through your mind as you're seeing a lake again, and once again you're standing with so many questions?
I think like she slips a little on like the snow, and sort of has a moment of panic, feeling that she might fall into this lake, even though it's frozen over. Like, doesn't make any sense. But she sees how dark it is, and she just quickly flashes back in her mind to being underwater, to being like face to face with that other Vassin monster. She feels like a shiver runs through her, like when she was cold, crawling back out of the lake when Olaf was bleeding. And she catches herself and takes a deep breath. And she's going to tap her foot on the ice just to see how strong it is.
It's strong. Like, for sure, several feet thick.
She tentatively kind of steps one foot on and another foot on. And she listens again.
It's still there, but it's mixing with the wind. It's very part of the earth. And for a moment you feel like you're like one with nature. It's not scary to you. It's more as if you can hear the vibrations of the planet. Like you feel you're having like an out of body experience with this sensation. But you remember still that foul creature in the lake saying, "They said you were different." And you can feel the presence in your neck, like this prickling feeling. And then you slip again, and someone catches you. And when you look up, it's Nicholas.
It's Nicholas?
It's Nicholas. I see your face of, "It's Nicholas? What the fuck?"
Oh my god. Yeah, I think
Nicholas
Eliza
Forsman.
looks up, you know, having slipped, and looks back, and it's Nicholas, and Eliza's eyes just kind of go wide as she stands to her feet again to look at him.
He is dressed in a fine suit and a top hat, and he is impossibly handsome. Like, flawless. But you know what he's covering. And for a brief moment, you see the pain and grief of a god in his eyes. And it overwhelms you, because it's like you can see how broken he is inside. But then he masks it. "I was hoping I would see you here."
Nicholas. I'm so sorry. I wanted to find you so badly after Sigtuna.
That's very kind of you.
You're here. You're here for the ceremony?
I am one of the main investors, remember?
Of course. And your brother?
He's not here.
I see. She kind of turns, looking at the ice. She turns back to him, kind of squinting a little bit. Was that you?
What was?
The singing.
Perhaps. And suddenly you realize you're standing next to a potentially dangerous creature on a very deep lake. And he's holding you.
Oh. I have your violin.
He looks away from you. You can keep it. It has only brought me unbearable grief.
She nods, and she tries to, like, move away. Does he let her go if she tries to move?
Yeah, but he notices it.
Yeah, she just takes a step back and, like, kind of brushes her skirt a little. Would you like to walk together?
We can walk together. After you. And that's the end of this episode.
Oh, creepy. So beautiful.
He's so beautiful.
Scary.
So super sexy, beautiful, stupid, sexy.
Stupid, sexy.